Hey guys, Mitchell Gonzales, the bearded realtor here. Are you a young professional that's maybe been thinking about making a move to Colorado and you're trying to decide if the Denver area or if Denver specifically is for you or not? Well, you're in luck. Today I am going to talk about exactly why I think Denver is the perfect area for young professionals. So, let's hang out. Hey guys, Mitchell Gonzales, the bearded realtor here. If you've seen one of my videos before in the past, welcome back. Thanks for coming back. If you're checking out one of my videos for the first time, make sure that you click the red subscribe button below, as I do post weekly content all about living in and moving to the Denver area. Along with that, as much as I love making these videos, I love helping people find their dream home even more. So I am a licensed real estate broker in the area. So if you have any questions about real estate, make sure you give me a call, shoot me a text, write me an email. I am available 24/7 for any of your real estate needs. But with that being said, let's give my sports update really quick. Got to do my sports update, right? So if you're an NFL fan, you know free agency is right around the corner. And this week's been a firm reminder for me as a Broncos fan. There's been a couple quarterback signings recently. I think like 3 that have all been in the $150 million range, which is absolutely mind-blowing money. Like if I made $100 million and $150 million in 4 years, I don't know what I would do. But every time that happens, it reminds me how much we are drastically overpaying for Russell Wilson. So hopefully he can prove his worth this year, and this is the year that Russell Wilson turns things around. I think it was actually a year ago today that we traded for him. So I didn't think we'd be in this position, but here we are. So with that being said, let's talk about the city of Denver and why I feel that it is perfect for young professionals. So full disclosure, if you've seen my videos in the past, you know that I'm a Denver native, a Colorado native. I've grown up in the area. I've lived in Denver. I went to University of Denver for school and then lived in Denver for a little while after graduating. So I feel like probably a good person to do this video because I was living in Denver when I started my professional career out of college. And I feel that it is just absolutely perfect for young professionals. So if you've never visited Colorado, if you're a young professional, you visited Colorado or Denver, odds are you probably fell in love with the city, fell in love with the state. If not, I have some concerns about you. I'm just kidding. Everyone has different tastes, but I obviously love my city, love my state, so I think it's great for anyone, but I think the city of Denver is really great for young professionals. And so today I'm doing a broad overview of why Denver is great for young professionals. So there's 5 suburbs that I think are really great for your young professionals that I'm going to talk about. There's probably more than 5 overall. So I'm going to give you a quick overview of what those 5 are, and then subscribe to my channel because I'm going to do detailed ones of each of those suburbs individually over the next couple weeks, couple months. So if one of these seems to catch your eye, let me know and I'll post that video sooner, or just give me a call and I'll tell you about it. But make sure that you subscribe so you can see my individual videos on why these cities or suburbs are perfect for young professionals. So the first one is Lodo. And so Lodo is like right in it's lower downtown. So it's kind of right when you get into downtown. It's where Coors Field is. And I think this is like a great spot if you are into the nightlife, you're into being at the scene, the hot spots. You want to go to a game, you want to go to maybe an Avs or Nuggets game real easily. Lodo is perfect for you. There's a ton of great bars, a ton of great sports bars. McGregor Square is right there, which is definitely like a new hot spot that's came up. So it's probably going to be more for maybe you're single people or maybe you're a younger couple and you like being in the city scene. So that's Lodo. The next one is Capitol Hill. So that one I think is more like if you're into more an older style, you're into the art scene, you're into some parks and everything, and there's some really cool dive bars and restaurants over there. You like seeing some of the local shows. Capitol Hill is going to be a great option for you. So the next one is Highlands, and so also Lower Highlands. So it's basically directly west of downtown, right across from I-25, and Highlands I think is awesome. So for me, this is like, I think it's the new hip spot. If you like to be in the hip, trendy areas, Highlands probably for you. It's going to be a little, you might be able to get something a little cheaper than some of the other areas. Still not going to be super cheap, but there's also just a lot of awesome, new, smaller restaurants, bars there, some nice little parks, and you still have easy access where you can easily get to downtown from there. So the next one I'm going to talk about is Rhino, which is over in 5 Points, and this place has absolutely been booming the last few years. A lot of development happening, a lot of nice restaurants. Once again, this is probably going to be for the younger professionals that are just starting off their careers, that still like to be in the scene but not over the top crazy, but still have fun and everything. I think Rhino's really good, and it's also still close to Coors Field, a little farther than Lodo would be from Coors Field, but still a pretty easy shot over there. And then the last one I'm going to talk about is Wash Park. So Wash Park is one of the most well-established neighborhoods in the area, so I think this is probably going to be more for the young professionals. I mean, that maybe have families. Obviously, if you're single, I mean, I'm not trying to stereotype and say that, don't look there if you aren't married with kids, but it is, a great place if maybe you're a little more established and everything, have more money. You are looking for a home that's a little bit bigger. A lot of beautiful homes there. Some of them are kept their old feel. A lot of them have been taken down and remodeled into some beautiful homes, but a great selection of homes there. And also, it's right next to Wash Park, which is one of the best, if not, the best parks in the Denver area. So those are 5 areas that I think are perfect for young professionals. Like I said, I'll do individual videos for each of those areas in the coming weeks and months, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you more reasons why I think Denver is the perfect area for young professionals. So let's get started on that. All right, so I'm going to go over a few reasons with you guys on why I think Denver as a whole is the perfect city for young professionals. So the first reason I'm going to talk about, and you've maybe heard of me talking about this before, but the weather. So the weather here is just unbelievable. I think if you haven't heard, it's almost always sunny here, over 300 days of sunshine every single year. So who doesn't want to wake up and look out their door and hopefully, maybe find you a place with mountain views, but want to see the spectacular mountain views, but still have the city vibe. It's what a lot of people want, and especially young professionals, it seems like. So the weather is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, you could literally go out on like a February, and if it's a nice day, you'll see people at one of the parks, maybe playing soccer, playing volleyball. If you're an animal person, walking your dog at the park. A lot of dog people in this area, which also gives ample opportunities for a lot of activities. So with good weather and year-round activity, gives you year-round activities, right? So if you like being outdoors, I mean, there's tons of biking, walking trails around Denver, a ton of parks in the area that you can always go to, like I was saying. And then obviously we're within driving distance of the mountains. You're 30, 40 minutes from the mountains, where you can do a lot of awesome hikes, biking. We're within 2 hours of 12 different ski resorts, so endless amounts of skiing, and then a ton of other small little cities that you can go enjoy the nice weather in. So the next one I'm going to talk about is the food and beverage scene. So if you're a foodie or you enjoy an adult beverage from time to time, Denver literally has an endless amount of opportunities to enjoy cuisine. So you could literally probably go out to a different spot every single night, but odds are you're going to find your hot spots that you like and keep going there. So we have a great food scene, though. I mean, we're really known for our beef, so our steaks, our burgers. We've got Garden Grace, we've got Elway's and Shanahan's. I mean, there's a ton of great steakhouses around the area that you can really go to. A lot of great sushi, seafood places. Then I think there's a really great food scene of a lot of local spots that are really starting to open up around the Denver area that maybe aren't the super high-end ones, but you can still get an awesome meal that you're not going to be able to get in other cities. They're owned by little, local chefs and everything that really create their own unique taste. Along with that, there's also an endless amount of breweries in the area. But I think something that's really drawing in a lot of young professionals, and also I think is the young professionals that are coming in are also causing these to increase a lot, is the food halls. So if you don't know what a food hall is, it's like a glorified, more luxurious food court, where it's like not in a mall or anything, but it's going to be like maybe a pop-up spot somewhere. Not pop-up, it's a permanent spot somewhere where typically there's like a centralized bar or two in the area that has, great drinks, great mixologists, just really high-end cocktails that you can get. And then there'll be like, 10, 15, 20, food stands all around it with a great variety. And I'm not talking like, your Panda Express and McDonald's. It's like real chefs that are giving really good meals. So it's going to be more high-end, better food. And I think this is really great for young professionals because, I'd like to consider myself a young professional. I know I'm kind of getting on the upper end of that. You can tell I've got some gray hairs in the beard. But if you're anything like me, you're extremely indecisive. And especially when you're with your friends, it's like, hey, where do you want to go to eat, right? It's like, I don't care, where do you want to go? And you guys can't decide. So why not make it easy? Go to a food hall where you can go get a good drink, and then everyone can just go get whatever meals they want, and still is a really great vibe to hang out, meet other people. So, some of the food scenes that are in the area, one is The Source, which is in Rhino. It's been open for like 10 years now. It's kind of the original food hall in Denver, and I remember the first time I went there, like I was expecting like the food court vibe, but I was like blown away by how good the food was and just how cool it was. A lot of them also have like little liquor stores and shops within it, so you can even get some shopping done. The next one is Stanley Marketplace. That one's a really popular one. That's in Aurora. It's basically just southeast of Stapleton. So Stapleton's also a great place for young professionals as well. So Stanley, that one's a really popular one right now. Next one is Avanti. That one's over in Highlands. So they've got a rooftop bar. You can oversee downtown if you're trying to go downtown after. You can go there, or you can also just hang out in the Highlands. So the next one is the Milepost Zero, which is in McGregor Square, McGregor Square just opened pretty recently, like a year or two ago. And it's in Lodo. It's right across the street from Coors Field, and this place is always, popping. They've got a really cool, they've got their food hall, but then they also have a courtyard in the middle with a big old TV, so it's a great place to go watch sporting events. It was a great place to go watch the Avs watch parties last year, so McGregor Square is a really cool spot. And then Edgewater Public Market is over by Sloan's Lake. So Sloan's Lake also could have easily been in my top 5 for places for young professional, but they've got a pretty awesome food hall there. So the food and brewery scene, I think, is definitely like probably one of the bigger reasons why young professionals love living in Colorado. So along with that, it's the cost of living. It's really not terrible. It's probably maybe a little bit above the national average, but overall, especially if you're coming in from like New York, California, Florida, one of those places, it's going to be way more affordable. You come out here and live. You could probably get, a job pretty easily. There's a pretty strong job market. There's a lot of tech companies that are coming out here. Healthcare obviously is really big out here, financial planning. So a lot of job market's definitely strong out here. So a lot of opportunity. And what you're going to find is, especially in Denver, if you're looking for like housing, looking to buy a home, there's going to be a huge variety of homes. Like you might see some condos that are maybe in, the 400s, 400s even, probably not 3s, but maybe get lucky and find one. Single family homes that are in the 5s, but then all of a sudden 500s, but all of a sudden you could see single family homes in the 5 millions. So really, I say that because there's an opportunity for everyone to live here, every type of price point, whether you are just starting out in your professional career or maybe you're more established in your professional career and you're wanting something a little higher end. There's really something for everyone. So that's, I think, really great. So along with that, our transportation has really been improving over the years, which is really important, especially if maybe you're moving here from out of state and you don't have a vehicle right away, or maybe you move somewhere where it just doesn't make sense to have a vehicle and parking's not that easy. There's also a lot of transportation options if you live within Denver. They try and make it pretty easy to get around. You've got your light rail station, which goes to Union Station, which is kind of right in the middle of downtown. That goes to a bunch of different areas in Denver. Along with that, you also have your buses. Uber and Lyft is very easily accessible, so I mean you can typically get an Uber or Lyft and get anywhere in Denver pretty easily. There's a ton of bike trails, so if you are wanting to bike to work, that's also an option. But I think the biggest thing, and young professionals really love this, is the scooter scene. So they've got an app where you can literally like see where all of the little electric scooters are in the area. People literally will drive them, park them like on the sidewalk, and then just you can leave them there and someone else can come and rent the scooter. So I think people have like their little scooter gangs in downtown Denver where they're scootering around to different, restaurants and everything, scootering home. And that obviously makes it super easy. And then who doesn't enjoy riding around on an electric scooter, right? So I think that has really improved transportation. I think it's a pretty cool way for young professionals to get around. Next one I'm going to talk about is the culture that is happening here. There's a great culture in the Denver area. There's a lot of great museums in the area if you like going to museums, whether it's a history museum, an art museum. So there's a lot of great art festivals. So if you're into art, there's definitely a lot of opportunities, whether that's downtown, Cherry Creek, Rhino, Capitol Hill. There's a ton of great art, exhibits and everything going on here. So there's the Denver Center for Performing Arts. So if you're into shows, a lot of great shows that are happening, whether it's a concert, a musical. Book of Mormon, my personal favorite, hilarious and just great music. So definitely recommend that. Obviously, there's some other really good musicals too that happen there pretty frequently. And then there's just a ton of concerts too. So you've got Red Rocks. There's concerts that occasionally happen at Coors Field, Mile High. There's a lot of smaller venues around here. A lot of local artists will play in some of the bars in the area. So definitely great culture in the area. And then, of course, I can't not mention how great our sports teams are. So I know some of you guys probably get tired of me talking about sports, but, I'm a sports guy, so that's what I enjoy talking about. But if you're the type that enjoys going to sporting events, there's definitely not a shortage of that in this area. So there's opportunities to go to, obviously, you've got the Avalanche, the Nuggets, the Broncos, the Rockies. There's some other smaller venues. We've got a lot of great college programs. So DU has a great hockey program. They've won the lacrosse championship. CU football with Coach Prime. Hopefully they turn things around. CSU, sorry if you're a CSU fan, don't expect much from their teams, but could be fun to go to a game, right? So obviously the sports scene is fun, gives you a lot of things to do, and honestly, the vibe in Denver when one of our sports teams is good and like making a championship run, it can't be beat. Like Colorado, when the Avalanche won the Stanley Cup last year, those 2 months while they're in the playoffs, so much fun. Seeing them win, talking about it with people, going downtown, watching the games. Really, the sports scene, I think, is what really puts us over the edge. So those are the reasons why I feel Denver is perfect for young professionals. All right, you guys, thanks for checking out this video. Hopefully it helped you make a decision on figuring out if Denver is the right city for you. If you have any other questions about what it's like living in Denver, if you have any questions about real estate, just need someone to talk to, I don't know, give me a call, shoot me a text, write me an email. Happy to answer any questions you guys might have. If you haven't had a chance yet, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, as I do post weekly videos all about living in and moving to Denver. So with that being said, you guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. The Bearded Realtor, signing off.